Hey guys, welcome back for another video. If you saw the title of this video, you probably already know what it's about, so I don't really need to do an intro. But after a video I did 2 weeks ago, I think, where I had my hair styled a certain way, I got multiple people saying, would you ever do a hair tutorial on how your hair was done? We really liked it. And I've had people before ask me if I would ever do a hair tutorial, so I decided to go ahead and do one. Growing up, I loved watching hair tutorials because I love trying to do my hair different ways, maybe out of the ordinary ways or something like that. So I thought, why not do one for you guys and share with you guys how I do my hair. You'll have to excuse my background noise. I have Kai sitting here with me as well. Anyways, so I thought today is the day that I'm going to show you. I do my hair a little differently. I also wear a covering or a veil on my head, so that sometimes can impact how I can do my hair. I choose to wear a veil on my head because I feel like it's what God has told me to do, and it also is because of the passage in 1 Corinthians 11 where it talks about women covering their head when they pray or prophesy, as well as wearing a symbol on their head to symbolize the headship order that God created. So that's a little bit of a background on why. If you're more interested in that, I can leave the passage down below for you to read, or yeah, you can leave me a comment and I could talk about it more with you guys. But that's just why I wear a veil on my head. So anyways, I thought today I would do a hair tutorial for you guys of this style. Let me turn around. The Dutch braids with like a bun at the back. It's something super basic, and it's actually something I've just tried. I am not a middle part person, and like if you can pull it off or if you like doing it, that's awesome. But for me, I've never loved that style on me. But I really like tight Dutch braids or French braids. It just feels good when you're working to have your hair up out of your face. So this is kind of a fun way that I've enjoyed doing it recently, and so I'm gonna be sharing it with you guys. So I'm not gonna chit chat much more. Without much more chit chat, I'm just gonna jump right into the video, kind of show you guys what I do, how I do my hair, and I hope you enjoy it. So before I switch over, I'm gonna take a break and share with you guys a little bit about DOSSIER, which is sponsoring today's video. Thank you so much, DOSSIER, for sponsoring the video. DOSSIER is a company that offers luxury fragrances at a fraction of the cost of what typical designer scents are. They can range up to, wow, $200, $300, sometimes even, for just a little bottle of perfume. And with DOSSIER, you get a 50 milliliter bottle for $29. DOSSIER also is vegan and cruelty free. They also are UV filter free, and they also do not use phthalates or parabens in their perfume, which is really great. You can support a company that you know has some good things behind them, and you know does not have some things that you don't want in your products in their perfumes. DOSSIER offers discounts on 2 or 3 bottles of perfume. You kind of get a discount depending on how many you buy. They also have a really great return system, which allows you to try out a 50 milliliter bottle of perfume, and if you do not like it, you can return it to them risk-free. That way you're not stuck with a whole bottle of something that you don't even care for how it smells. They also have a cool variety of scents. They have scents for women and men, as well as scents that are unisex, which is what the one that I picked out is. So I have tried their Floriental Almond. I absolutely love that scent. I believe that's a women's scent, but then I am currently trying their Woody Chestnut scent. I really, really like this. It has a sweet smell, but also a little bit of like a pepper to it. It has pink pepper, orange blossom, and cloves, as well as chestnut, cade wood, vanilla, cedar wood. It just has a really, really good combination of scents, and it makes for a really, really good perfume. I really, really like this scent, and so far I have loved everything I have tried from DOSSIER. I really like them as a company. I definitely recommend them if you're looking for somewhere to get some high quality perfume or even some gifts for someone. Definitely check out DOSSIER. DOSSIER gave me a discount code for you guys for 10% off, and I'm gonna have that linked in the description box, as well as their link for their company. So make sure to check them out. Use my discount code to get yourself a percentage off of your order. I have loved using DOSSIER's perfumes and working with them as a company, and I think you will too if you give them a try if you're looking for something like this. So thanks again to DOSSIER for sponsoring the video. So before I get started, I thought I would show you guys what I typically start with when I do my hair, and it's really simplistic, and maybe you don't care, but that way you kind of know. So I have done my hair up my whole entire life pretty much, or been familiar with doing it in buns or up on top of my head or something. So I would say I have a good amount of experience with it. Maybe not as much as some people, but definitely I do have experience with doing my hair up. My hair is a very like curly, coarse texture, and it might not look like that right now because oftentimes when I do it up, it kind of pulls some of the curl out of it. But yeah, so I found some products that really work for me, and not to say I'm not going to change these up because they may not be the best products ever, but I have found that these work good. So I definitely, if you're someone who has coarse, curly, frizzy hair, I definitely would recommend these to you if you're looking for something that is really inexpensive that you can pick up at your local Target or Walmart or something like that. So to start off, I always have a band with me. Obviously you need a band, or I do. I have found that for my hair, I really like these spiral telephone cord bands. I don't know what they're called. I have two different kinds here. I have this one, which is a thinner one. These you can buy in a pack at Walmart or Target, and then this is like a matte band, and I'm not sure if it's gonna focus or not, but this one's like a matte band and it is a thicker cord, if you can see that. I found that these hold my hair better than this one, especially because my hair is quite thick. So these tend to hold it really well, where these kind of slip a little bit more. That's what I found. So I have my bands to start out, and then I always have pins, and I used to have a big box with pins in, but it kind of got clumsy when I was taking it around. So now I just have this little soap case. You can pick these up at Walmart too or something if you're looking for something to keep pins in. And in here, I don't know if you can see or not, but I have a variety of pins. The kinds that I use most often with doing my hair up in a bun would be this kind. I get them at like a local Mennonite store, but I'm pretty sure you can order them anywhere. If I remember, I'll try and find some and link them down below, but hopefully I remember. And then I have a variety of other ones in here. I have some little tiny ones that are about this big. I have some bigger like bobby style pins, bobby pins. I don't know if it'll focus, but like this. I also have some that are like this, depending on the hairstyle I'm doing. But most often when I'm doing my hair for every day and I'm just doing a twisty bun and then putting my veiling on, I use something that is like this. So those are the pins that I have. I also have a comb, because why not? And then for product, I'll use water on my hair. I typically don't do my hair wet. I can, but the product I typically use if I'm wanting to tame my hair, I'll use spray at the very end, but this is the product that I typically use. And this is a coconut curling cream, and let me just open it up. It's really, there's a hair in it, sorry guys. It's really thick, and I just will take a little bit, rub it on my hands, and then just rub it through my hair to kind of tame everything before I start doing my style, especially if I'm doing like Dutch braids like what I'm doing today. This definitely helps a lot, helps to tame all your little flyaways. And then for my spray, I can't say that I really like this spray. I am wanting to try out Lemongrass's spray as well, but I really want to use this up first, so that's why I'm using this. This is a spray by the same company as my curling cream, and it's a coconut oil shine and hold mist. And I have found that this spray does not seem to make my hair very dirty. Growing up, we used a lot of, what was it? Tresemme, if that's how you pronounce it, spray, and that was not good for my hair. Not that it doesn't work for some people, it did not work for me. And it made my hair so dirty, and it was just flaky, and it would like crust up on my hair. It just not nice, at least for me. So this I found doesn't make my hair look like it's like slicked and sprayed a ton. I also have cut down tremendously on the amount of spray I've been using, so there is that. And then as far as my hair care, I don't know if you guys care or not, but since I'm doing a hair tutorial, I thought I would just share with you. I used to wash my hair almost every day because it was curly and frizzy, and I just thought that was the way to tame it. So recently I've been trying something new. I think it's called hair training, I haven't really done any research into it. I just saw a lady I follow on Instagram does this, so I decided to try it. And I went from washing my hair every day to kind of trying to wash it every 2 to 3 days, to washing it every week, and now I wash my hair every 10 to 14 days, which some of y'all might be like, how ever do you do that with doing your hair up and using spray and stuff? Sometimes it's like sooner than that. But I kind of worked my hair up to it, and at first when I was working up to it, my hair would be quite greasy by the time I got to washing it. Now I don't wash it until I absolutely have to. And so I did just wash it. I'm not going to share with you the shampoos that I use just because I'm not completely happy with them. I'm just using them up till I can switch to something else. But I've heard some really good things about lemongrasses, so you can check out my link down below if you want to try those. I've not tried them yet, so that is just a disclaimer. But anyways, so I wash my hair every 10 to 14 days, and I found right after I wash it, it does get frizzy and quite dry. So I tried to add a little bit of this curling cream into it, and by the time I'm to day 6 or 7 of my wash, or on my hair, whatever, all the way up to day probably, well, it's probably day 4 all the way up to day like 7. I have a really nice hair. It's not frizzy or not extremely frizzy. It's very easy to control. I don't have to put heat on it or anything to like kind of make it do what I want to do. So I found that stretching my washes out, even though it was hard at first, has really helped my hair, and my hair seems to produce better oils, and honestly isn't even quite as curly because it seems to be like hydrating itself really well. So that's just what I do, in case you were interested. But I'm gonna go ahead and jump in and start this tutorial, and hopefully you guys enjoy the video. So I'll just talk to you guys a little while I'm taking my hair down. I'm gonna try to make sure you guys can see everything I'm doing. My mirror is right here, so I'm gonna be looking over here. Hopefully you guys can see it and you get the gist and you get the picture of what I'm doing. So I started out by just pulling all my hair straight back and combing through it, and then just creating a part that was straight back the middle and all the way down to the base of my head, and then I separated my hair from each other kind of to create 2 sections. I then checked my hair in the mirror just to make sure that the part is good and isn't like crazy crooked, or that I missed a big section of hair when I separated my hair. So next I like to put a band around the sides of my hair that I'm not working with just to hold it together, and so I don't accidentally get some of those pieces of hair into the other side of my braid or whatever. Then I put a little bit of that coconut curling cream on my hair and I started braiding. Sorry you can't see it super clear here, but I'll try to explain what I'm doing. I took a small section at the top of my hair and I divided it into 3 strands for the braid, and then for a Dutch braid, it's exactly like a French braid, except you take your outer strands and you cross them underneath your center strand instead of putting them over top. And then as you continue braiding, you pull in hair from either side to that outside strand and then tuck it underneath the center one, and then do the same for the other side. I worked my way down towards my ear, and then I like to pull out a little bit of hair to frame my face, and I do this while I'm braiding so I can control the amount I'm pulling out and I don't pull out too little or too much. I can kind of get out what I want and put back in anything that I need to while I'm doing the braid. I just braided my hair down a little farther here, not because I needed to, but because I wanted to keep the braid in while I worked on the other side. Then I switched over to the other side, did the exact same thing. I split it into 3 strands and began by crossing the outside strands underneath the center strands, and then adding hair to either side as I worked my way down my head. Next, when I was done braiding, I just took the 2 braids and created a ponytail at the back of my head, and then I take the braids out once I have the ponytail holder in to start working on the bun. For my bun today, I was just doing a super simple twisty bun, so I just took my hair and twisted it lightly and then just wrapped it around my ponytail holder and then kind of held it in place. And these are where I use my pins, and those U-shaped pins I showed you guys come in super handy. I just push it in, grab some hair, and then push it all the way through the bun, and I do this kind of at maybe like 4 or 5 points all the way around the outside of my bun just to hold it so it doesn't fall down. The last thing I do is just take a look in my mirror and make sure that any loose ends are pinned in and make sure that the shape of the bun is fairly workable to put my veil on top. Okay guys, so my hair is done. I want to put some spray on it yet, but I'm actually going to step away from the camera to do that because I just don't want to risk getting any spray on my camera because that's just frustrating. So I will turn around so you guys can see it. I did not fan the braids out at all. That is something you can do. So I'm gonna leave them the way they are, especially because today is like an everyday day. So I'm not going for any fancy look or anything. So my band is sticking out a little bit right here and I'm not super happy with that, but I'm just gonna leave it go because I was like, I thought about fixing it for you guys, and I hope the volume isn't too messed up with me turning around, but anyways, I thought about fixing it, but we all have days that stuff doesn't go exactly like we planned, and my hair doesn't always go perfect. So now you all can see, and there's like a little bit more of a bump on this side than on that side. No one would probably notice it, but I notice it because I think my braids aren't quite there. This one falls to the side a little bit more than this one. So that is something, if you're super picky, that's something you want to be careful of. For me, I don't really care. Besides, I'm putting my veil on and that's actually gonna hide quite a bit of it. That is also why the top of my bun has like a weird bump, but when I put my veil on, it's like you're not gonna see it. It works perfectly. So after I spray my hair, I'm gonna go ahead and put my veil on, and this is my veil. I don't know if you guys can see it. It just looks black on here. It's like a textured, I'm gonna link it down below. I get it from, is it Grace Plus Glory veils or Glory Plus Grace? One or the other. I order them online. Another thing you could do is if you are someone who wants to start covering your head or wearing a veil, or you already do and you're just not sure if the size is right for you, you can always go to a place near you that sells them if you have one nearby, and just ask them, hey, can I try some of your veils on? I'm wanting to purchase one, but I don't know what my size is. I will have the size of this down below. I want to say it's 7 or 7.5, I'm not sure, and that's without the trim. So the size, at least for her, is without the trim around the side, and then you pick out your trim too. So I had her custom make this. She also has some ready to ship ones that are a little more cheap or inexpensive, but I really like this. It's like it's a stretch fabric, and it kind of has, it's not really floral designs, but kind of, it's kind of embossed. That's the word I'm looking for. So anyways, I'm gonna go ahead and pin this on. I do super basic. I use 3 of these small black pins that I just bought at Walmart. They're nothing fancy. You can also get nice black clips, different, I think she might even have some on her website where I order my veils. I'll link it below. But I know you can get a bunch of different things. This is just what's easiest for me. So I'm gonna go ahead, pin that on, spray my hair, and then I'll show you guys kind of what it looks like at the very end once it's all done. All done, and I want to mention something. Well, I'll show you guys. Here is what it looks like. I hope you can kind of see it. So I have my Dutch braids right here, and then obviously my veil goes on top of them, so you can't see super much of them. And then the bun in the bottom, and you could do the bun however you would like. I just did a simple twisty bun because this is an everyday hairstyle for me today. You could do a braid bun, you could do a fancy updo, whatever you want to do. But yeah, this is how I do it. I like how it feels on my head, and that's one of the main reasons that I do this hairstyle, or that I've started doing this hairstyle. But yeah, like I said, it's not perfect. There's a couple things that maybe I could do over, it could be better, but you never really have a perfect hair day. And hopefully you guys kind of got the gist of how I did it, and it was easy to understand, and hopefully you enjoyed seeing a little bit of how I do my hair. And for those of you who have been asking for a little bit if I would do a hair tutorial, here is one for you, and I hope you guys enjoyed it as well. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. Also, don't forget to jump down to the description box, check out DOSSIER and their collection of perfumes, and use my discount code if you want to get 10% off. Alright guys, thanks so much for watching. I will catch you guys next week in my next video.